Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America. The Jeffrey Epstein saga is not going away, and now an old familiar name may be caught in the crosshairs. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. You know, former President Bill Clinton, he did some good things for this country. Did some horrible things too, like NAFTA. But he did some good things for this country, did some bad things for this country, like every president, really, right? There's the good and there's the bad. I would take him over pretty much any Democrat today. He was at least reasonable. But he had a way with really liking the women. And I mean, you know, the President of the United States, it's got to be very tempting. It's got to be very tempting with the world throwing themselves at you. And you know, womanizing I can forgive, but, and I want to be careful not to cast aspersions or make accusations here, but James Comer did. James Comer, Republican Representative James Comer, he did make an accusation. He called former President Bill Clinton a prime suspect and said that they will do everything in their power to enforce the subpoena, the bipartisan subpoena they have for him to come testify before Congress. And here's what you have to understand. Because of what happened with Trump and the Supreme Court, presidents now enjoyed broad immunity. Broad immunity. But it's also a trap. It's a trap for Obama. It's a trap for former President Clinton. It's a trap because it means now, when you're called to testify, you cannot plead the fifth. You can't because you have presidential immunity. There is no incriminating yourself. So you can't plead the fifth, and you can't lie, because if you perjure yourself, well, that was done as a private citizen, not as president. You don't enjoy any immunity for that. So if you lie before the Congress, if you lie before a grand jury, you're going to go to jail. And so Bill Clinton is going to fight this tooth and nail because he's going to have to come into Congress, and I believe they will be able to enforce this subpoena. He's going to have to come before Congress. He's going to have to tell the truth. Now, we know that President Trump was on Epstein's plane, flying inside the United States. They were friends. I don't believe he knew what Epstein was doing, but former President Clinton, and again, there is no evidence of any wrongdoing, but he went to Epstein's island several times, and that's a completely different ballgame than just being on his plane domestically. He went to the island a lot, and now we want to know why, and we want to know what happened there. This could be the biggest scandal in modern American political history, and it's about to go down. I want you guys to watch this and let me know what you think in the comments.
I just want to ask you one question, Mr. Chairman. The American people want to know what happened on Epstein Island. I'm not going to drop this topic. You've subpoenaed Bill Clinton. He's going to fight you tooth and nail with the best lawyers in the country in some cases. Do you think Bill Clinton ever actually testifies? I think his date is what, October 12th?
Yes. I think we have a very good chance at this. I've never lost a subpoena battle. I've been chairman of that committee for a year and a half. This is the most challenging subpoena I've ever issued. But what makes this subpoena different is that the Democrats voted with Republicans. This is a bipartisan, congressionally approved subpoena. And I think that will hold a lot of weight in court. And you're absolutely right. He's going to have the best lawyers in America fighting us tooth and toenail on this. But the fact that this was voted on by Republicans and Democrats, because we're hearing from our constituents, everybody in America wants to know what went on at Epstein Island. And we've all heard reports that Bill Clinton was a frequent visitor there. So he's a prime suspect to be deposed by the House Oversight Committee. So hopefully we'll win that court battle with that subpoena and see President Clinton in October.
I hope so. Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Merrick Garland, James Comey, all in October. Going to be an interesting fall on Capitol Hill, Mr. Chairman.